So here we are in week 7. We're coming off a big victory over our AFC West rivals, the Las Vegas Raiders. We're currently 4-2. We've done a really nice job of turning this record around. We're playing the Browns, who are only 2-4. I'm expecting this game to honestly be pretty easy. And I told you guys, this game is absolutely crazy. So I think I made the mistake of underestimating this guy. I go full pads here. Now in my other leagues, my competitive leagues, fatigue is not a factor. You can practice full pads every week. However, not the case here. What I failed to realize as well, this is actually a Thursday night game. So practicing in full pads on a short week is very bad. Look at the fatigue, 14, 14, plus 5 across the board. And it has a huge effect in the game. You guys are going to see it. As soon as we get in there, everyone is yellow the entire game from the start. I don't know how much of a factor that actually plays in as far as gameplay goes. Maybe a little bit here and there. They run out of that stamina quicker, but definitely a factor. Another thing I wanted to note here is these upgrades are super slow. They turn the XP sliders all the way down. They actually add in their own upgrade system. So the more content you post, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's articles, live shows on Twitch, things like that, you get content points. You can apply for content points to be used to upgrade specific stats. And I really think that's a cool way to keep people engaged in this league since there's no prize pool. Obviously, the incentive in my other leagues is, if you win, you get $1,000, you get $2,000. And honestly, even with that, as soon as people realize that they can't make the playoffs, they are out of there. A lot of people just go on autopilot for the second half of the season. You have to take a bunch of force wins, and you don't get to play all your games, man. You don't really get to follow the full storyline. Not that it's a huge deal, but obviously in this league, even the people who are 1 and 12 continue to play their games. I think it's awesome, man. It's something really unique about the Sim League. Obviously, we've had our problems with some of the people in there, but I think as a whole, man, this league really offers some cool things that you can't get anywhere else. And going back to what I was saying about the reason for the delay in this episode, there's a couple reasons. All right, we've faced quite a bit of adversity lately as far as my job goes. It's nothing too serious. It's just kind of annoying. One of the reasons is I've had pretty bad internet troubles. I've talked about it briefly in my other episodes, and I'll talk about it more in detail in my Texan CFM and my Washington CFM as well. It had much bigger effects on those two, and it was just pretty annoying. We moved here, moved to California in the summer. I live on a military base. We live in a pretty old house. The wiring is completely messed up. There was a huge storm here about a month and a half ago. The power went out, the internet went out, and ever since then, the internet has been absolutely awful. Comcast has been telling us they're going to keep coming back. They never do, or they come, and then they say we need more people, we need more tools, and then they never end up coming back. We finally got them out here a couple of days ago, man. I had to spend a week at my girlfriend's house just to be able to play some of my games. We got a couple force losses, stuff like that. So just super annoying. They finally got it fixed though, so fingers crossed it stays like that. As he throws an absolute laser to Kareem Hunt on the wheel route. I'm not the only person that throws at my running back, man. This guy's pretty good. He's utilizing his running back a ton in the passing game. Booth review, I don't even know why they do that. It's literally upheld every single time. The other reason is, if you guys can tell from my voice, man, I mentioned in the last video as well, I've been really sick. The last week, I have been deathly ill. I'm finally starting to feel a lot better, man. I can finally do these post commentaries. So that's the second reason. A lot of reasons here. Not really excuses, just reasons. I've continued to upload despite being sick, despite the internet. So trust me, I've been trying my absolute best, man. I don't know what Wyatt Teller is doing here, man. Some weird yoga position right there, man. Lil Sus, cannot lie, but he goes down with an injury. I don't think it's that serious, but this guy's good, man. He is dotting my soul right now. I can't figure out how to get a stop on defense. I'm just taking terrible pursuit angles, missing tackles. I'm just looking stupid out here right now. Fortunately, though, our offense is looking good as well. Muscle cramps right there for Wyatt Teller. And then the last reason, the biggest reason for this CFM in particular, it moves slower. And then on top of that, I was talking about the content-driven aspect of it. They require, as Von Miller goes in, Von Miller goes down. He just got injured. I've been trying to trade Von Miller. Next week is the trade deadline. So hopefully it's not more than a week. If it is, we might not be able to move him. I keep getting interrupted, though, by the gameplay. Again, the league moves slower. It's content driven. They require everyone to stream their games. And the way I typically record, right, I don't stream my CFM games. I usually stream MUT. So I stream on my second Twitch account for these games, and I record with 2 different softwares. So it makes it really hard to, one, stream at the same time and record both. And because of that, most of these games in the regular season are going to be post commentaries, right? Just because I'm a YouTuber, they're not going to make exceptions for me and allow me not to stream. I could set up my software to make it so that I could do both, but it's a lot of work. I don't really know how I would do it. I'd have to get some help on it. So, you know, for the meantime, it's just going to be post commentaries. We have a couple options. I'll actually let you guys decide what we should do in the comments below. One option is we can just do it the same way we do it in this video. We can go ahead. I have the full gameplays. I can do post commentary. It's going to be like 15-20 minutes. Come on, man. Catch the pick six. And we can just talk over the gameplay, right? It's not as exciting as the live commentaries, but again, 95% of my gameplays are, so it's not necessarily a bad thing to switch it up. As he goes for it on 4th and 5 from his own 25. Not sure about that decision. We'll take it though. Errant throw from Baker Mayfield. The other option is we can just do abbreviated highlights. We can do like 4 or 5 weeks in one video, 2 minutes, 1 minute per game. Just do super quick highlights, high pace, man. Get a lot of energy in there. Dot to Melvin Gordon. If you guys have any other ideas as well, let me know in the comments below. I promise you guys though, for the playoffs, which are coming up, again, because of the delay, we're actually pretty advanced in this league. We're not quite to the playoffs, couple weeks left. I will do live commentaries for it. Another option we can do for that, I can actually stream my games on YouTube. I have never live streamed before in my life on YouTube. I usually stream on Twitch, but I'm contemplating streaming the Sim CFM playoff games on YouTube. It would be, you know, it'd be taking a risk. It'd be trying something new, but if you guys are down to do it, I would be down as well. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd like to see. I don't know. I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous to do that, but the way these games work, they're 10-minute quarters, so they actually take a long time. It's probably like 90 minutes real time, you know, to do all the stuff before the game, play the game, and take a look at everything afterwards as well. So it's a lot longer, basically double the length as my other leagues. That's why I don't stream my other ones, because it's like I would boot up the stream, people would get in there, and by the time, you know, I get my max viewership, the game's already over. So that's the reason I don't stream my other leagues. But for this league in the playoffs, it could definitely make a lot of sense. I think it would switch it up, man, add some new content, keep it fresh, because I know, like, you know, obviously we have a ton of different outcomes. We have so many different players being upgraded every week, but I feel like there might be some viewer fatigue setting in the future. I don't know. I'm still pretty new to YouTube, right? I've really only been doing this for a year or two now, and really uploading every day for the last couple of months as we get dotted right there from Schwartz. The worst pursuit of all time for Surtain. And I mean, this game is crazy. It's 28-24. When you think of Sim CFM, this is really not what you expect. I am running the ball a little bit. I'm mostly passing. I'm just kind of editing out the runs because I'm not getting any yards. His defensive line is insane. Myles Garrett right there. We throw a dot to Tim Patrick. He was our 4th receiver. He stepped into a starting position when KJ Hamler went down with an injury, who I believe is he still out? I think he might still be out this week. And listen, man, I was just talking about Tim Patrick, but in man-to-man, he gets bagged on the slant. Greedy Williams cribs it for 6, and that is not a read we want to be making right there. I just trusted the slant. I feel like slants are usually pretty good. Tim Patrick, though, he's been great for us, mostly in zone because of his size. He doesn't have the speed or the route running to get open, but you know who does? Noah Fant. I corrected the pronunciation, and we throw a dot down the sideline to the 28-yard line. We have a wide open touchdown here to the corner to a Mwakodam. I still can't pronounce that guy's name. Not gonna even try. Well, I did just try. I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful with how bad I'm butchering it. 11 seconds left though here. 3rd and 4. We have one more shot with one timeout left. That might have been a laser. I can't lie. There was 3 DBs in the area. We split the seam perfectly, but maybe it was a good thing. Maybe it was a good thing we had an accurate, because who knows what could have happened right there. We'll take our field goal, make it a tie game, and there is currently 62 combined points a half. There's actually a sports book. Fraser gets a pick right here, but there's actually a sports book in the Discord for this league. They have a game of the week. They set a Vegas line. You can bet your content points that we were talking about earlier on it, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, they don't have an over-under quite yet, something I would like to see added in the future. but the over would have smashed already, right? 62 at half. We finally get a stop. I'm using Frazier. I don't even know who that is. We signed him off free agency. And listen, I've showed some blowouts this season, right? We got off to a rocky start. We've been really pummeling everyone we've been playing for the last couple weeks, and we've played some people with some really good records. This guy is, again, only 2-4, but he's playing really well. I don't know where this came from. And again, we're pretty advanced right now in the league. This guy has one of the worst records in the league, heading into playoffs. So his record didn't really improve that much after this game as he cribs the return with Schwartz. So I don't really understand where this came from. Like, how does a guy who finished with one of the worst records in the league, with one of the best all-around rosters, like the Browns are insanely talented, how does he just pull this performance out of here, man? Like, this guy knows what he's doing. He's hitting us with crazy deep corner routes, deep posts. He's hitting us with checkdowns to his running back, deep wheels to his running back for touchdowns. He's running zero blitzes with everyone up to the line. He has a good user. He's tracking our main routes really well. Like, he's switching up his user. Like, he recognizes the wheel right there. He misses the tackle, but he comes back to it. Like, this guy is good. He knows what he's doing. So it doesn't really make sense that with the roster that he has, with the record that he has, that he is playing this well. Like, I'm not even playing bad, right? Like, I'm in a game with guys 2-4, and I feel like I'm actually playing really, really well. We're in it to the end zone right here. Again, quarterback wrap, Drew Lock in it to the end zone. A really, really nice touchdown right there to take a 7-point lead, and this is a bad read, man. I was just complimenting this guy, but he throws an absolute Stevie right there into double coverage, and my guy just completely dumbs out. Again, just another Stevie back-to-back. He's playing so well this game. I think he's maybe just got too much confidence right now because he is starting to chuck some pretty questionable stuff. 2 back-to-backs should be picks, and then on 3rd and 11, he's just going to chuck an absolute dot. An absolute dot to Austin Hooper. I don't know how that was open, but something I did not realize until after the game is that ball hawk is actually defaultly off. You can't turn it on. You cannot turn it on in this league. It is off. And it makes me pretty upset because, again, we should have had a couple picks already in this game where my defender just completely dumbs out and I had no idea what was going on throughout the game. Again, another drop pick. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, this guy is playing incredibly well, but this has been an abysmal drive for this guy so far. And thankfully, the ball hawk being off doesn't matter if he literally just throws it right at your face. Again, he just got way too much confidence, man. He was feeling himself a little bit too much, and Fuller is going to take it to the house to give us a 14-point lead. Again, that yellow stamina almost kicking in there. He runs out of gas at the end, but he gets there regardless. Game still not over. There's 11 minutes left, and again, another pick. Ball hawk being off is killing me right now. Hopefully that's something they think about adding. I mean, it's been almost every pass play for the last 2 drives. Again, threw it right to me. The problem is when you're holding Y or holding triangle on PlayStation like you usually do, your guys kind of warp there. They help you with a little bit of assistance. The AI does. But as you guys can tell, when you hold triangle in this league and they throw it to you, your guy actually moves out of the way. It does the exact opposite. Right here, he finally hits us with a dot to Nick Chubb, and he's in it to the end zone, man. I got to have a better pursuit from my safety right there. I got to take a better angle. Again, booth review, like, who cares? It gets upheld every single time. Actually, maybe not. It gets overturned. He stepped out of bounds with Chubbs. I have no idea how. TGL, baby. Team get lucky. That's what we're about. We missed a tackle again, and Austin Hooper is up to the 3. So maybe it didn't have that big an effect after all. I thought he would run here. How do you not run a 1st and goal from the 3? But he's pass happy. He's feeling himself. He hits us with a dot to his tight end on the run commit, and he brings it to a 7-point game. So, things are starting to get a little hairy here. Finally, we break a run. I told you guys I edited out pretty much all my runs. That was like my 10th run of the game, split between all my running backs. But Melvin Gordon finally gets out of there, even though he basically did get contact at the line of scrimmage. Devontae Williams fighting forward here for a gain of 8. 3rd and 2. We're trying to take some clock here. Now, there's too much time in the game to make this the last drive. We hit a nice dot here on the zig route to Tim Patrick, and I probably shouldn't be juking into 2 people. We take a massive hit. We go down to I for him. Right, we've been running a little bit this drive. I think he's going to sell on the run. He actually doesn't. He blitzes us. And we fumble with Drew Lock in the pocket. I was trying to throw the ball away, and when you try to throw the ball away and get hit as you're doing it, you fumble a lot. Myles Garrett with a 99 speed right there, just taking off. Fortunately for me, though, those D linemen run out of stamina pretty quickly. And we had a sack back of our own right here. Reed coming off the edge. Again, Von Miller is out with the injury mid-game. We have a perfect user with Frazier. I hold triangle. And again, with ball hawk being off, you hold triangle. It literally moves you out of the way. It should have been a pick six again. But I'm not going to complain about it too much, right, man? There's no point complaining about it right here. I mean, listen, I want to say that was a bad read because there's 3 people in the area, but I'm not going to lie, man. That was a dot, a zero blitz. Once again, on first down, we've seen this quite a few times, and Melvin Gordon with the worst run stick all time. That was completely Melvin Gordon's fault. No user error whatsoever. That backward spin, I had no control over it. Okay, I'm lying. Old man stick is back, even though it's been a lot better this year. It's been a lot better this year. We're running the ball. We're trying to make this the last drive, but I think the problem is here, man. I just took too many yards. I got too many yards. I didn't take enough time off the clock. Because the way it stands right now, even if we manage this perfectly with all 3 timeouts, he's basically setting himself up to get the ball back right here. 3rd and short. We're going to take it to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 3. Let's go ahead. Man coverage. Again, been seeing a lot of this game. We'll get it to Tim Patrick. I possibly could have scored there. I think I would have got tackled by the safety, and we probably would have gone out of bounds. So I'm going to move backwards. I'm going to go down at the 3, stay in bounds, keep the clock running. If you're him in the situation, you have to call a timeout on first down, you know, in hopes that I pass on 3rd or 4th down if you can get me there. 2nd and goal here. We'll run a power G as I just spit everywhere. What is wrong with me, man? Apologies. I'm just getting a little too into this game right now. I'm a little too immersed. 3rd and goal. We hit him with the quarterback wrap. We make the guy miss, and Myles Garrett is too good. He makes the touchdown saving tackle. 4th and goal from the 2. I'm like, you know what? Let me come out here in an offensive play. I want to see the look. If he's stacking the box, I'm going to go ahead. Maybe I can drop a pass play. Maybe I'll just take a timeout, kick my field goal. But he comes out in a super weak box here. I think he comes out in dollar. We run the ball. We have the easiest walk-in touchdown of all time. And his safety shoots down and makes the tackle. You know, something I probably could have done differently is gone on aggressive ball carrier there, break a tackle. He hits us with a laser here to Landry. And we are not in a great spot with only 2 timeouts left. But I don't mind the call to go for it. I think it was absolutely the right call with how well this guy's been playing on offense. Even with a minute left and no timeouts, look at these big plays he's getting, man. Austin Hooper is breaking tackles on flat passes. He's already borderline field goal range, so I don't mind the decision to go for it on 4th down. I don't mind the call either. Just we need some more fight from our running back. 1st and 10 here. He continues to pass. I'm surprised he didn't run. Maybe it's because I gave him a good run look on defense. You know, I'm bringing my safeties down to help there. 2nd and 10. Everything is covered. He had the tight end open. That was his only receiver that got separation. He misses the read. Pressure's on, man. You can tell he's not just chucking it like he was earlier in the game. And then on 3rd and 10, we play perfect defense across the board. We get the sack out of field goal range. He's going to punt. And with 1 timeout left, we absolutely have enough time. Now, I will remind you, I am K-Mac Parkey. They call me that for a reason. I am terrible at kicking. I'm used to the slow kick meter in Mutt. I don't even know who my kicker is. I have no idea. This was not a good play for me, right? Yes, we get a completion for 10 yards, but it doesn't do a lot. We use our last time out, which means we have to get out of bounds on this play. Otherwise, the runoff will kill us. It'll end the game. Fortunately for us, though, we hit a laser to Noah Fant down the sideline, 40-yard line. Now, this is borderline field goal range. We have to account for the fact that I absolutely suck at kicking. There might be wind. We have the running back out route open. He sends the blitz, forces the under pressure, and honestly, I didn't even want to catch that. There was nothing I could really do, though. I can't drag my guy out of the way. The ball just fell right to him. And, yeah, big mistake from me there, though. Maybe I should have just trusted my kicking ability, man, and just kicked from the 40. But, again, I just wasn't confident in my ability. So we'll go ahead, chuck it up here. Hail Mary at the end. Disappointed to go to overtime here. You know, I feel like I was really in a good position to win the game. I don't feel like I made terrible decisions outside of maybe just deciding to kick there, but going for it on 4th down, definitely the right decision in my opinion based on the look that he gave us. It was a good play call as well. It's just we need a little more fight from our running back. Fortunately for us, though, we get the ball in overtime, and we have been unstoppable this game, man. We have the 1 interception, and I think it was a throw out of sack pick 6, so it wasn't even really our fault. It was, it was our fault, but it's not like we just completely chucked something blind. We threw something open. We just got hit as we were doing it. 3rd and 3 right here. We back up. We have a cornerback on the left side of the field. The refs don't care, though. The refs do not care. It is intentional grounding. You guys know how much I complain about intentional grounding all the time. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. They give it to me, man. The refs just hate me for whatever reason. And because of that, we have to go ahead and punt the ball. If it was 4th and 3, we could have gone for it. We had the entire playbook open as well. Fortunately for us, though, we finally get an intentional grounding back as well, man. The refs were just flag happy this game, I guess. 3rd and 22. Right here, my opponent is running short side bunch. He runs dual crossers. I'm going to be honest. This was an amazing play call. An amazing play call. I had to stick with the first one, man. It was getting deeper. If I peeled back the other one, he would have thrown the one in front. It was just honestly an amazing play call. I don't know where he got that from. It was just really good. You have to tip your hat to that, man. You can't complain about it. You can't even really be mad at yourself. Like, the defense was honestly pretty fine. He pulls out a play I hadn't seen before, and then on 2nd and 6, man, he rolls out and hits us with a crosser. That's pretty much going to do it for the game. Disappointing ending, man. Again, I feel like this is a game we need to win. Not super frustrated with the decisions I made or really with how I played either. Like, this guy just played really well. Again, his record was not really indicative of how good he is. He played amazing this game. I don't know where it came from with the record that he has, but props to him, man. Definitely deserves that victory right there, and I don't even feel like we played bad. I feel like we played pretty well that game. Even the defense wasn't bad. Even though we gave up a ton of points, it was really the ball hawk being off the reason why we weren't able to get a few interceptions, a couple dropped ones as well. But Von Miller is actually out for 2 weeks, which means he is going to miss the trade deadline. Von Miller is staying on the Denver Broncos. I wanted to get rid of him. I don't feel like he's been really playing that well for me this year. He's getting old as well, but like I said, man, Von Miller is here to stay. He's finishing out the season for us. 4 and 3 right now. It's better than where we started. We have to go back on a winning streak here, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the style of episode. Again, let me know your thoughts on what we should do for the rest of the season as far as videos go in the comments below, man. Love you guys, man. Appreciate the support as always. I will see you guys next video. Peace.